going to discuss industries that are related to the chemical engineering profession. Hi, I'm James, and my topic is large-scale production.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and my topic is nuclear engineering.
Hi, I'm Hanifer, and my topic is medicine.
Hi, I'm Jamie, and my topic is plastics and innovative materials.
Hi, I'm Anna and my topic is batteries and fuel cells.
Hi, I'm Janina. I will be talking about the food industry.
Hi, my name is Lee. I'm going to talk about oil and gas and renewable energy.
And we are also going to explain why the Philippines should prioritize oil and gas industries. Hi, I'm Gerald James Dibalon, and I'm going to talk about large-scale production. Large-scale production was primarily used for military purposes, usually for weapons and ships. But later on, it was used in different industries. One pioneer of which is Henry Ford and his moving assembly. Chemical engineers help develop large-scale production by designing processes that allow laboratory techniques to be conducted on large quantities. The processes they design also optimize the use of raw materials, and lastly, they ensure the safety of the people supervising the said processes. As a chemical engineer, I could help our country's progress by, of course, using what I have learned in college to help further improve certain industries in the country. To do so, I could help improve presently applied processes, or better yet, propose innovations that are better than the presently applied ones.
Hi, I'm Anna Marie Pasinio and my topic is about batteries and fuel cells. Some of the chemical engineers who helped develop this field include Francis Bacon, who is called the father of the hydrogen fuel cell, Lewis Urey, the inventor of the alkaline battery, and Yoshio Nishi, a Sony engineer who led the development of the widely used lithium-ion battery. And some companies who specialize in this field include Pelium, who led the magnesium-ion battery development, and Ballard Power, who is one of the producers of the proton exchange membrane fuel cell. From the previously mentioned examples, it is clear that chemical engineers not only help in the mass production of the batteries and fuel cells, but they also helped in the discovery, innovation, and development of these products as well. As a chemical engineer, I can research about ways to make batteries and fuel cells store energy more efficiently, as well as find solutions for the disposal of the e-waste that come along with their production and their use.
Medicine. It is one of those fields which has been around since the dawn of human civilization, and like most other fields, got its momentum during the Industrial Revolution, where men such as Alexander Fleming of the Imperial College of London started creating antibiotics, vaccines, cures, and other new ways in which to do medical procedures. Companies started emerging, capitalizing on these new business ventures, such as GlaxoSmithKline or GSK, Pfizer, and all those other unpronounceable company names. The need to mass produce this to the general populace meant that the services of chemical engineers were much needed. Universities such as Manchester in the UK and MIT in the US were more than glad to provide courses which specialized in both in chemical engineering and in bioprocessing. However, over time, the field has grown to a much bigger house, making itself a new emerging field known as biomedical engineering. However, its roots still tied to its parents, chemical engineering and mechanical engineering, in which it gave birth to.
Hi, I'm Jamie Joyce Ginoche, and we're going to talk about plastics. So, first, we're going to talk about its history. So, in 1284, horns and tortoise shells were used as early plastics. In the 1820s, natural polymers such as rubbers and cellulose and synthetic polymers were used. In the late 1800s, Saison plastics were developed from milk. In the early 1900s, the first fully synthetic polymer used in a commercial was Bakelite made by Leo Hendrik. Later on, cellophane, cellulose acetates, and polycarbonate plastics were developed as well. Throughout its history, several companies contributed to its development and advancement. The following are So, why did they choose to produce plastics? So, plastics are strong, lightweight, flexible, and cheap, and the synthetic plastics replaced expensive materials like ivory and tortoise shells. There are several advancements in this field like biodegradable plastics, which is environmentally friendly, carbon nanotubes, which can be used in medicine, fiber optics, and semiconductors.
Hi, so today I will be talking about the food industry in the Philippines. Just to give you an idea, some of the most known companies under this field are P&G, Unilever, and San Miguel. For the past 100 years, there have been significant advancements in engineering techniques and processes that have been benefiting the food industry. Before all these advancements, food production was very limited because of limitations in transportation and the shelf life of food. This is where chemical engineering comes in. Through the sterilizing and packaging techniques created by chemical engineers, such as traditional canning, pasteurization, and aseptic packaging, the shelf life of food can be extended. Hence, production was increased because food can now be transported to farther distances. Furthermore, the nutritional value food was also improved through different means such as the creation of genetically modified organisms. Through the help of chemical engineers, several food additives, both artificial and natural, were also isolated and produced in the market. However, today it is very evident that despite advancements in engineering, prices of products are still increasing. This is one of the reasons why I chose to take up chemical engineering. As a future chemical engineer, I will work on developing cheap but effective machines and processes to meet the demands and products by consumers and at the same time be able to help the less fortunate afford the same products as everybody else. Thank you. That's it for the food industry.
Hello again, so this is Kevin with Nuclear Engineering. So, nuclear physics started in 1896 with the discovery of radiation, and nuclear engineering started in 1942 with the discovery of the first chain fission reaction. And the study of nuclear engineering was spearheaded during the Cold War and the Second World War by the American and Russian governments. But afterwards, this industry started to die down because of safety reasons. Because, as we know, uh, nuclear radiation is very unsafe both to the environment and to the people around it. So, what does nuclear engineering have to do with chemical engineering? Well, basically, chemical engineers help facilitate with the large-scale production of nuclear eng. For example, isotope separation, with the creation or maintenance of the fusion reactors, with the waste removal, waste treatment. Those are all the things that chemical engineers actually help do or facilitate. So, as a chemical engineer, what can I do to help this field help the Philippines? So, in Bataan, there's actually a nuclear power plant that is currently operational but not being used. So, first of all, I would have personnel trained to manage this facility, and I would make this facility up to date and much, much safer so that we can help solve the energy crisis here in the Philippines. Furthermore, there are actually a few projects and programs in the PNRI that utilize nuclear energy and nuclear engineering to make better produce and to help with waste treatment.
Hello, I'll be discussing about oil and gas and clean energy industries. Here are several companies that help with the development of the oil and gas industry. One recognized company is Shell and its Shell Philippines Exploration that found the Malampaya gas field in 1990. But before that, there was Occidental Petroleum that found the Camargo structure in 1989 that led to the discovery of the Malampaya gas field. Other companies that found key oil and gas deposits were Alcorn Philippines that discovered the West Linapakan field in 1990, and Philippine National Oil Company that developed and produced the San Antonio gas field in 1994 and supplied natural gas as fuel to the local electrical cooperative in the province of Isabela. For the field in clean energy, we have Asigas that developed liquid biomethane. We also have Chevron, the world's leading producer of geothermal energy. In the Philippines, we have the Energy Development Corporation, the leading producer of geothermal energy in the Philippines and the second largest in the world. One notable chemical engineer, famous for his contribution to clean energy, is Vladimir Heinzel. In 1947, he developed a chemical engineering process essential to clean, less expensive gasoline that has greater energy potential. Chemical engineers design, control, and optimize production of fuels such as oil and gas. In the design, they are responsible for safety and cost efficiency of the production. They also work hard to develop engineering tools and techniques to improve the conservation of energy and reduce the production of pollution during fuel consumption. Simply, I want to find a way to produce cleaner and cost-efficient fuel. The Philippine Islands have numerous oil and gas deposits, all of which can be potentially tapped as a source of energy. The Philippines has currently 4 active oil fields: Nido, Matinloc, North Matinloc, and Galloc fields, that produce a total of 1.64 million barrels of oil in 2012, down from 2.33 million barrels of oil in 2011, according to data from Department of Energy. Meanwhile, the Malampaya gas field offshore Palawan dominates the natural gas sector, accounting for 99.9% of all domestic output in 2012 at 135.45 billion standard cubic feet of gas.
Unlike other areas of research, oil recompensates quickly. The returns of oil investment can easily be seen within a year or two after it has been prioritized. Economically, it is wise to invest first in low-cost, high-return technologies before moving onwards to higher-cost technologies. This is just the application of the low-hanging fruit principle in economics. Furthermore, the monetary and innovative gains from the development of this industry in the Philippines can fuel other areas of research as well.
We should prioritize the oil and gas industry because all the other industries depend on it. It somehow serves as the backbone of the whole chemical engineering field. Without it, all the other industries will not be able to function.
However, I think that there are several other things that should be prioritized before plastics. On top of the list is oil and gas. One of the several reasons is energy independence. The Philippines is an oil importing country, importing mainly from Saudi Arabia and Russia. As of 2010, the Philippines imports 180,000 barrels per day. This number can be potentially reduced if the Philippines were to prioritize the extraction and refinement of its own oil and natural gas resources.
In spite of its current modest production levels, the Philippines has substantial untapped potential, which is estimated by the Department of Energy at 8.6 billion barrels of oil equivalent (BOE), including 3.27 billion barrels of oil, 28.5 trillion cubic feet of gas, and 164 barrels of condensate. In terms of the overall energy mix, the Philippines remains highly dependent upon fossil fuels despite recent diversification efforts. It is only wise to prioritize that which resource is already abundant in the Philippines.
So one of the most important factors influencing our choice of the oil and gas industry has to do with the fact that we wanted to help the majority of the Filipino people. So in this regard, in the Journal of Agriculture and Applied Economics, one of the most important factors influencing the price of commodities is the price of the input. So by effectively utilizing and harvesting oil and gas, we are more effectively able to reduce the prices of basic commodities. And as the majority of the Filipino people have a hard time affording what they need, we are able to also help them in this regard.
So why oil? Medicine may be able to save lives and lengthen it. However, without the proper resources and energy needed to power its research and development, it can only go so far. Oil is needed to provide that power, and while others might say, well, there's renewable energy, why not use that? The problem is that it's still in the future, it's still a promise, it's still our promise. It's not yet available to us. It would take us 50 years in order to fully be independent of fossil fuels, and that's a long time. For the moment, we need fossil fuels for our energy. Nuclear power plants are just too risky for us, as we've seen in Fukushima during 2011 and Chernobyl during the 1980s. So oil is the only solution that we have. Once we have the energy required in oil, we can use that to power alternative methods of energy, which can then make us independent of fossil fuels. But for the meantime, we have to be dependent on fossil fuels, and that's one thing we need to prioritize over any other field in engineering.
Our group chose to prioritize the oil industry because of several reasons, and one reason is that there is a high demand for oil, both nationally and globally. Therefore, it could be a lucrative source of income for the Philippines. And aside from that, the Philippines could also become energy independent. According to statistics, there is a 1.4% increase in the consumption of oil globally. This was measured in million tons. This review conducted last June 2014 showed that energy consumption accelerated in the year 2013. In conclusion, if the Philippines would be able to enter the oil market, it would be a big boost to our economy, seeing that the need for the product is continuously increasing.